Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 109 and today I want to start things off by mentioning something that happened in the previous episode of Hermitcraft. I was reading through all of the comments of that episode and apparently quite a lot of you were really quite interested in the transition that I did between the Minecraft world and the real life world, the world that I'm actually currently sitting in right now. Some of you were very impressed by that, and I just thought I'd quickly explain that it's actually a really simple thing to do. All I did was I pointed my camera at the screen, and then I pulled the camera back, but it was made considerably smoother because I have got myself a gimbal. Now, if you don't know what a gimbal is, I'll put a link on the screen right now in the top right-hand corner, up there, so that you can check that video out because I just posted a video on the vlogging channel of my new gimbal. It's pretty amazing, but I have to say I was very chuffed with the transition, so I'm glad all of you guys liked it as well. But anyway, the plans for today's Hermitcraft episode really are quite simple. We're going to be heading over to the slime farm area, and we're basically going to be sorting out that place because, oh my word, our guy is on the way out. And thankfully, I've actually got a bunch of diamonds on me because I've just popped over to the bookstore. So let's quickly chuck one of those in because he was on the way out. That was close. He had one heart left. We really need to stay on top of this thing because otherwise we could have some serious issues. And yes, it is booting into action. So what we're going to do is we're going to be popping over into the slime farm area over here. And we are basically going to do just a tiny bit of decorating and make sure that this place is actually fit for AFKing. So you want to create a doorway into the place. We want to make sure that everything is lit up so no mobs can spawn in here. Potentially some other bits and pieces that we're going to be throwing around so we can AFK up here without having any issues. So the first plan of action for today's episode is to really make the slime farm fit in with the rest of the industrial district. We've already got all the hardened clay. We've got the redstone clay in there. But I felt like this needed a tiny bit more sandstone. Right now we've got a horrible stone mess going on. Doesn't suit the rest of the base. So let's start chucking in all these yellow blocks. Final few blocks are making their way in, and that should just about do us. Now I have to say I'm a tiny bit concerned that this is going to be a really boring build because I haven't actually been looking at it while I've been building. So let's just pop over to this corner over here, and boom! I mean, yeah, it is a tiny bit on the boring side. There's no doubt about it. It's not the most interesting thing in the world. And if I was trying to make something that looked really, really pretty, this wouldn't be it. But it looks functional, and it looks like it fits in with the rest of my base, which is definitely a good thing, even though it is just red and hardened clay, sandstone above a giant hole. You know what? That's cool. That's fine by me. I'm going to pop up to the top of the drone. We're going to take a look at it from up there because, well, I want to see what it looks like from above. Alright, here comes the moment of truth. We're going to load in the entire industrial district, so that's all of that space. And there is the other side of things. Now, I don't remember there being those blocks there. Ah, I see. So our chests have gone invisible, so I'm going to have to fill in that little gap right there with sandstone because otherwise it looks like we've just pillared up. But you know what? That looks pretty cool. It just looks like an extension of my crazy sprawling industrial district that I have going on down here. Nice. I would say that's a success. Now we have to start working out how we're going to do the entrance to this place. So our first little plan of action is to create a walkway which connects this part of the industrial district, the old part of the industrial district, into the new part of the industrial district, which is the slime farm. Now, as you can see, I've already done a few bits and pieces. We've got the hardened clay on the outside. We're chucking in all of the fence posts right now. And I have to say, so far, I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, the idea behind this design is it's meant to look like the industrial district is sort of melting through into the slime farm. So we're using similar techniques. We've got exactly the same fences, obviously all of the same colors and things. And I quite like it. I quite like the way things are coming together. I mean, it's very, very simple. Extremely simple. Everything done in today's episode. In fact, everything in the industrial district, apart from the farms themselves, are designed to look really very simple. So it shouldn't take too long, and it should end up looking pretty good. And there it is. I'm not going to lie, guys. I feel like it needs a little bit more going on. Maybe I'll chuck in some glowstone, maybe some extra wooden slabs and things, because right now it looks like a bit of a sandstone blob going through right there. Yeah, definitely some extra bits and pieces needed. Now either there's a bug or they've tweaked villager trading in Minecraft 1.11 because this guy is just constantly producing glowstone. Look! Honestly, we're on 3 stacks. He hasn't locked out his trade yet. This is ridiculous. long story short, I now have 7 stacks of glowstone. He didn't lock out his trade once. I have no clue if that's intended behaviour or not. But if it isn't, Mojang, I thank you, because that is the best change ever. I now never have to go to the nether again. Now, I've got to say, guys, this is actually just a tiny bit difficult. I'm currently in the process of basically ender pearling about these cliff faces, chucking in some glowstone here and there, making sure that no mobs can spawn on any of the blocks, and then popping back down to the bottom and taking a look around once again. So I'd say those blocks up there definitely need a bit of a glowstone. And the reason that I'm doing this is because someone pointed out down in the comment section something that I thought was very, very true and something that I hadn't actually thought of. If a mob spawns on one of these blocks, then of course they're going to be sticking around. They're not going to despawn too quickly because I'll be stood up there, which essentially means that they're going to be lowering the efficiency of the slime farm, which is definitely something that I don't want. I want this to be the most ridiculous slime farm on the server. I want it to be completely insane, super ridiculously efficient, and I'm not going to be doing that if we have tons of mobs wandering around up here. So this definitely felt necessary, even if it is taking quite a long time. This is really bad news. I don't know where any of those items have just gone. I ender pearled into a block, and now all my stuff is probably, I don't know. Like, I die quite a lot on the Hermitcraft server. Apparently, I think it's all just item elevated up. By the look of things, we're safe. All my all my items got. Oh, that was so scary. I must have ender pearled into this block right here. Wow. I panicked then because I thought it was all going to travel down to the bottom and just be eaten up by those cacti, and yeah, really very bad. Okay, so I do believe all of that is done. Let's just take out our little scaffolding pillar right here. Make sure when I ender pearl to the top, I don't suffocate in the block again. But this should now all be fully lit up. Now, not only does this look like 10 times cooler than it did beforehand, but as I say, it does serve a function. No mobs should be spawning up at the top here, which means that this farm is now the most efficient it can possibly be. It is as efficient as it can possibly be, so we will be doing an AFK session over here later on in the episode. But now let's be super careful. It happened again. Oh, man, like, what is with that block? Why can I not ender pearl up there? How frustrating. And I've flooded the entire area. That is not good. So I'm just in the process of designing the piston door that we're going to be using, and I have to say, I have chuffed to bits with this design. Look at it. We've got some redstone going across the bottom, 1 repeater set to 2 ticks. And that's it. A 3x5 piston door. I mean, obviously it does involve some slime blocks, which for some people could be considered a tiny bit on the ugly side, but I have to say, I am chuffed to bits with this. And it's super fast. That is perfect. That is the door that we're going to be using for the entrance to this place. And if you want to build it for yourselves, that is everything that you should hopefully need. So the first thing that we need is slime blocks. Now, I want you guys to make a prediction as to how many slime balls are in this. I'm going to say probably around about 5 layers. 5 layers. Oh my word! We filled it up. It's filled. How? We've only been here for like 2 hours. We've got 27 stacks of slime balls in the past 2 hours. With other people on the server. I don't even know what to say. I did it again! That's the second time I've died in today's episode. This time I came in a little bit too hot with the Elytra. And I will freely admit that I just did that. Usually I argue against it, but this time I was really flying. Bit of an update for you guys. All of the redstone is now fully in place. And I would say as far as piston doors go, this one looks pretty good. I mean, we have the symmetrical pistons down at the bottom there. That's one thing that I really wanted to do. The slime blocks look cool. Even the immovable objects look quite nice in the floor. I would say I've done a decent job. So now we have to hook up the inputs to this thing, create pulse extenders and stuff like that. And I'm going to try my best to make all of it look pretty. However, as you guys know, pretty isn't really my forte. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14. So, these pressure plates should now link into this pulse extender right here, which looks like it should be functional, which then runs into the bottom of the piston door. So let's give it a bash. straight away I have noticed a slight issue with my design. When I walk over the pressure plates, the door closes and also doesn't work. Not a good start. And there it is. This right here is the entrance. And it works. We've got a full 3x5 piston door, fully functioning, looking good-ish. The reason I say ish is because the slime blocks, they look alright. I think I'm just going to roll with it. I could probably do with a different strip of colour up at the top there, like a completely different colour, so we just have like a stripy door as opposed to one layer of green and 2 layers of red. But for the time being, I think I'm going to leave it be because we have got a bunch of other things that I need to do in today's Hermitcraft episode. So, as you guys know, I've got the AFK fish farm here. I absolutely love this thing, probably my favourite build in the industrial district. But here's the thing. We've just built a slime farm. I want to AFK over there. And the AFK fish farm is over here. Now what that means is either we take down this AFK fish farm and move it over here, or we just build a second AFK fish farm that also connects into this AFK fish farm, so we get all the drops coming from over here, then into over there. I think that sounds like the better option. In fact, I'd say I've pretty much got all of the redstone resources for it on me. Alright, so I have done a tiny bit of redstone action. You can see this is the exact same AFK fish farm that I have going on this area over in the industrial district. Built it very quickly, obviously I've built it before. Hopefully it is all fully functional. Let's chuck in the pressure plate and then the water that needs to go in right there. And that should just about do it. So we flick this lever and that is now functional. We have got the fully functional AFK fish farm right there. Now what we have to do is create a hopper line which goes from underneath this water source block right the way through down into that cliff face there, right the way across and meeting up with the AFK fish farm's hopper line, which is going to use a whole ton of hoppers. I mean, I'm talking a whole ton of hoppers. So this should just about do it. We've got a few more hoppers in the inventory right here, and I have to say this hopper line really does wind its way through. So it goes down here and then across like this, and I think I've just come to the conclusion that my 40 hoppers probably isn't going to make the cut. Why did I think I had enough? We still have miles to go. Right, I'm going to chuck in all these little fellas, and then I'll catch you guys once this is fully completed. For the second time, I think I finally have enough hoppers to do this. We need to pop up like that. These things are really difficult to place, and I think I actually placed that one on the floor. There we go, and there we go. Cool, okay, so we've got a hopper line running from the new AFK fish farm into the old AFK fish farm's hopper line, which then transports the items off into the storage system. And you know what? I think I'm actually going to try out this. Now this could go one of two ways. I'm going to throw some iron in here, and that should make its way round down into the actual hopper line itself. Good stuff. And we should see that travel off down into the storage system, go through the stackable items filter, and be in with all of the fish and the name tags. And here they are. They have made their way through into the system. They're just backing up in the hopper right now. Obviously, we'll just make sure that all of them are there. I'm not expecting any to go missing. But one has. I'm assuming that's been stuck up in the stackable item filter. If not, we have a very strange leak in our hopper system here. I think I'm just going to pass that off and forget about it. So now that this place is looking fantastic, we have got fully functional fish farms as well, which is brilliant. We're going to be leaving that behind for the time being, and we're going to be popping over into this area over here, because as you guys know, there seems to be something going on right now with villagers. I mean, I don't know if I just got ridiculously lucky with that villager there, but I feel like I should do some villager trading, because right now I only have one stack of emerald blocks left, and I want to try my best to get a few more of them. Essentially, I want a few more emerald stacks. So what I'm going to do is do a quick trading session. You know what? I think I might do it with the time lapse. So in today's time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you guys about favourites. Your favourite things to watch on YouTube. Now this is going to be really interesting for me, because I'm going to ask you guys a question. I want to know who your favourite YouTuber is, excluding me, okay? I'm not making the assumption that I'm your favourite YouTuber, don't get me wrong, okay? Because that sounds really big-headed of me. But the reason that I'm doing this is I want to know what other YouTubers the people who watch my videos watch, if that makes any sense. So go down to the comment section right now and let me know who your favourite YouTubers are, excluding me, and I will read through and check out everyone that you have down there because I'm really interested to hear who you're interested in. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I've got a large number of favourites that I watch on YouTube. My favourite YouTubers is quite a long list, and obviously if you have a long list of favourite YouTubers, then chuck it down in the comment section. If anything, that will really help me out if I get a large number of names. But my personal favourites when it comes to Minecraft are of course the people on the Hermitcraft server, and that's not a biased thing. I genuinely think that every single member on the Hermitcraft server really does create fantastic videos with just plenty of awesome content, and if I'm going to pick anyone to watch in terms of like survival let's plays and things like that, it probably will be the Hermits. But then it goes over to super technical Minecraft Redstone people like Ilmango and that sort of bunch, which basically work on really technical stuff, and the reason I watch them is because I want to know how to build awesome farms and things, but also just other tutorial-based people, for example, Grian. I've been trying my best to watch as much Grian as possible, because as you guys know, building isn't exactly my strong point. But then outside of Minecraft, I watch a handful of vloggers. John Olsen is definitely one of my favourite YouTubers there, because I just feel like his video quality is beyond insane. I mean, he shoots daily vlogs on a red camera. A red camera is what they use for films. I can't believe he has gone that far. But also, tech reviewers, people like MKBHD, you got Unbox Therapy, Austin Evans, that sort of bunch. They're another bunch of my favourite YouTubers. And then, of course, car people. I love cars. Cars are definitely my passion in life. They're my favourite thing. I spend a lot of my time researching cars, looking at cars, and basically oogling cars on the internet. And definitely people like Seen Through Glass, Mr. JWW, Shmee150, that bunch, they're definitely top-notch people. Okay, so that is my full comprehensive list of favourite YouTubers. I really hope I haven't forgotten anyone, but I hope you found that interesting. Anyway, let's pop back onto the Hermitcraft server because we've got a few bits and pieces left to do. So we have managed to get ourselves one full stack of emerald blocks and also a rather large number of zombies up at the top here. By the look of things, they came along and obviously they haven't despawned because I've been standing around here and they've been standing around the villagers. But also, Exuma just popped by with the new fancy shulker boxes, and I am starting to think to myself that maybe I should get a shulker box at some point. Now, I don't know how I'd like to do it. I almost think I should go out into the end and actually try and find one, but I know for a fact I'll die. I might quickly pop into the shopping district with a bunch of diamonds and just see if I can purchase one real quick. Now, I'm fairly certain that PythonGB has actually got a shulker box shop on the server. I can't actually remember where he built it. I think this is it. I'm fairly certain it looked a little bit like this. Python's box of shulkers. One shulker box for 5 diamonds? Python, man! You need to be charging more for that. Only 5 diamonds? I'll buy all of them. I mean, there's none currently here, which is a massive shame. I don't know if there's any other stores on the Hermitcraft server. I'll take a quick look around. But come on, Python. I was expecting like a full stack of diamonds for one shulker box. That's insane. Right, well, after that slight catastrophic failure right there, what we're going to do is we're going to head back over to the slime farm and we are going to do our full overnight AFK session. And I plan on absolutely nailing this one, okay? We're going to get this one right. We're going to do a full overnight session. In fact, you know what? It's going to be over 24 hours, okay? I'm going to try my best to make it over 24 hours because I want to try my best to get a huge quantity of slime balls through this thing. Now, I don't know how crazy it's going to be. I honestly have no clue how many chests we're going to fill. Hopefully, we will fill this entire double chest right here. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And also, I am going to be using the AFK fish farm as well. I'm going to patch up that hole so we don't get killed by mobs and things. And this should be an extremely profitable evening. Fingers crossed, anyway. I've just realised that right there could have been a really stupid idea. I mean, imagine if a zombie just walked over, opened it up, saw me and just wandered in and killed me. I am such a moron sometimes. I genuinely worry about myself. Right, we've got that. So now, nothing should be able to get in. Oh, I've forgotten the blocks to cover up the hole. Exuma is coming past as well. And he seems to have a shulker box! He has 2 shulker boxes! Oh, you are my saviour! Thank you ever so much! That is amazing! And this is why I love the Hermitcraft server. What a champion. I'm going to have to pay him back somehow. I have no idea how. So guys, we are now back on the Hermitcraft server. We have done one full night of AFKing. And I have to say, I am very, very excited to see what we have managed to get from this one. So let's just pop inside here. Obviously, the AFK fish farm has been running overnight. But what we're interested in is how many slime balls we have managed to get. So place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to place bets on maybe 1.5 double chests. So obviously that one was already filled. So that double chest and then half of that one. I would say that's what we're going to be going for here. So here goes. Obviously this one is filled. Now this one is also filled. That is a very good sign. Okay, so we've got one full double chest. Right, here goes. That one's filled as well. We've got 2 double chests. We've got 2 double chests of slime balls. And that one's got around about, well, that is 9 stacks right there. Plus 5, or is that 6? 6, almost 7. So that's about 16 stacks just in this chest as well. 2 double chests, plus 16, and they're still coming in, as you can see right there. That's a lot. That's really, really efficient, especially considering I was only over here for around about maybe 11 or 12 hours. Essentially what happened is, and I'm really embarrassed to admit this, guys, this is a full-on spoon moment. I was editing a video, and I was getting everything put together, and then I hit the render button, and I was thinking to myself, oh, it's running a little bit on the slow side. Maybe I should close some programs down to speed up the rendering, and I decided to close down Minecraft, which meant that obviously we stopped AFKing, and I only discovered this just as I was leaving the office. Around about midnight, I was like, oh, I need to do the AFK session. So then I ran back upstairs and I booted up Minecraft and then went to AFK then. But that means that we had around about 10 hours overnight. It's now 10 in the morning, so I'm back in the office once again. And we had a couple hours before I closed it. So I would say about 11 or 12 hours. And that is pretty good. It is going to take us a long time to fill all of these though, so we'll have to do plenty of AFK sessions in the future. But now I'm going to pop on through and take a look at what sort of drops we have got from the AFK fish farm, because of course we were AFK fishing as well. Hopefully we have got millions. Alright, let's do this. We have got a bunch of these sorts of things. I imagine actually all of that is going to be junk items because I haven't been using those chests recently. So let's pop up a layer and see if we have any enchanted books up here. Nope, that's the cactus. Right, none. Okay, we've got a few. That's looting 2. Efficiency 4, very nice indeed. Yeah, we've got some good ones in here, and there's Curse of Binding. Now, we do have a few cursed books. I think we got one the other day, and that's just the second one, which is pretty cool. That's one of the new things that was added in Minecraft 1.11. And, oh, that's Curse of Vanishing. So, as soon as you die, I think that one disappears. These are all really interesting things. I wonder if we have any more of them. It doesn't look like it. It looks like they're really quite rare. So that's definitely something to look for. But look, Punch 2, Curse of Vanishing on that one. Maybe that would be fun to put on things for minigames? I don't really know. So as our final little task for today's episode, we're going to pop on through into the bookstore. And first off, check if anything is going on. By the look of things, there is something going on. Someone's renovated my floor. Alright, we'll leave that be. We'll take a look. Yes, we have got some diamonds in here. Right, let's chuck in all of these books. So that is 4 diamonds already. Oh, good. Someone has come past, and they have bought a handful of books. I think we have 10 diamonds in total, which is pretty nice. Let's just chuck all of these books in. Chuck all of these books in as well. Try my best to fill in as many gaps as possible. It's really difficult to keep this place stocked up because so many people come here and so many people buy books. But that should just about do us. So we go, guys. We've managed to get 10 diamonds from my bookstore. We have also replenished a lot of the stock. But now, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to end today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.